Well, what another week it's been in the name of Truro City Football Club. We seem to stumble from one disaster to another, and on Friday morning when we were led to believe that the players hadn't had their wages for August, soon after it was followed by a City alert email coming out that Truro City were filing for administration. Now, what exactly that means, I've been investigating for the last 24 hours and I'm still not quite sure whether that's good or bad. Well, I know that obviously we've got a court case on Monday with the HMRC, and I guess that if we get the administration order in before that, well, at least we've got some control over what happens in the near future, and it is a very near future. We're going to have to move quickly. I know for a fact that there are a couple of bids that apparently come in to buy the football club. One of those is very interested, but obviously you've got to go through lawyers and solicitors and whatever. But all we know is that we are possibly within 90 minutes of not seeing Truro City as we know it again. But all we can suggest is we pray and hope that we are here in 2 weeks' time. On the pitch, well, today's opponents, Boreham Wood, they arrive here second place in the Blue Square Bet South division. Last week we saw Salisbury here and they were league leaders. This week it's the second place, as I said, and they come here 8 points from 4 games. Only scored 5 goals, so perhaps our defence might not be worked too hard today, but they have got a very impressive goals against tally, just conceding the 1 goal against AFC Hornchurch. For Truro City, well, we after that point at home here against Salisbury last Saturday, they went on the road, Weston-super-Mare on Bank Holiday Monday, and first win of the season, 2-0 against the Seaside Resort, and another goal for Kiefer Moore. He scored the vital goal in that game against Salisbury, and up there at Weston he scored the first goal, and the fans' favourite Stuart Yetton scored the second, and we picked up the 3 points. What we also do know, though, that bad news, Aaron Pugh, central defender, he picked up an injury against Havant and Waterlooville, and having played 2 games has now realised that he's got a problem with his hand or his wrist. He's had surgery and he'll be out for a possible 4 to 6 weeks. The good news, skipper Jake Ash is back after concussion last Saturday. He will presumably be taking his place in the back 4 again alongside Lee Hodges. But we're not sure about Andy Watkins. Got this groin tweak which appeared again last Saturday. Didn't play Monday, and from what I gather he's going to have a late fitness test, and we'll wait and see. Danny Carn, who's been a sub for most of the games this season, is also unavailable, and so a depleted squad is even less today. That's Truro City versus Boreham Wood.
So good afternoon. Truro City versus Boreham Wood. Boreham Wood second in the table in sky blue today, playing towards the County Hall end. Truro City in their new kit and familiar white with the golden, black or brown, dark sort of colour hoops on the fronts for sure, as Truro attacking forward. Les Affle trying to get the ball into Kiefer Moore, but it's Montgomery's his pass forward isn't the best for Boreham Wood, and the long ball forward towards Kiefer Moore, though too long. Safely into the hands of James Russell, and alongside me this afternoon is former Truro City player and manager Steve Massey, and beautiful day for football, Steve.
It is, Dave, yeah, good afternoon. Glorious, particularly from last week when it was the rain and the wind, wasn't it? So, perfect day for playing football. Oh, yes, lovely.
Long ball forward, in fact, number 10, Omer Riza, was given a little bit of space in the Truro City box, but Truro live again. A meaty challenge there from Joe Broad, which some refs surely would have given. Referee today's he's not being assessed by 4 moderators, as they're called today, but there's 4 assessors on the ground today, Steve, looking at the ref. A bit of a training exercise, I think, for the assessors rather than the ref.
Right, yeah, I can probably maybe see the logic in that, but I do know also that there is the sort of the trend and the thought that as well as assessing the referee, they look at well, I call them still linesmen. They're actually that I do know that there are now separate assessors for the linesmen themselves, so they can. So maybe they might be looking at that as well.
Referee today, Daniel Cook, and his assistants, David Gord and Andrew Quinn. And it's Montgomery who leaves the ball for throw in to be taken on this left side. Eventually ending up with Jake Ash and a relatively simple pass back to Sandercombe. Long ball forward, Moore beaten in the air by Reynolds. Then the long ball forward. Boreham Wood second in the league. Just only scored the 5 goals, but only conceded 1.
Yeah, they look a real big and solid outfit at the back. Again, it's very early on in the season, so who actually know the quality of the teams that they've been playing. But yeah, you can't beat that record at the moment.
But Truro pushing forward. Apple jumps with Jones, falls nicely to Cook, using time and space, knocks it back to player manager Hodges. Hodges finds Les Affle. Truro keeping possession, Dan Green. Eventually decides to pump it forward towards Yetton. Cook to Ben Williams. Shut down quickly by Verhetti, but off for a throw in the City.
I liked him last week, and he started the first 5 minutes of this game again. He's impressed me again. He's just his composure on the ball. He looks very, very calm and in control. It's Cody Cook. Looks like he's becoming a real good player.
Yes, certainly we can't get away from the possibility that today could be Truro City's last home game in the Blue Square Bet South, Steve, and we'll come back to you on that point in a minute as Graham Montgomery with his free kick. Central defenders, both O'Coughlin and Reynolds, have gone up. High ball into the box, Sandercombe comes out, punches it, headed back by Isaac, but Truro clear for the moment. Moore gets a second chance and looked like a good challenge.
Yeah, that was, I mean, being a forward myself, absolutely not at all. The only thing I can say about that is the referee has never, ever played up front, because that was a great forwards challenge, and he won that. His eyes were on the ball. That was so harsh.
So it ends up with a free kick to Boreham, which Jones takes. And Ash slides in, and it's a corner to Boreham Wood, which is taken quickly. Cross coming in, Ash heads it across the box, across his own penalty area. O'Coughlin with the cross in, and still Boreham forcing them back. Affle unlucky there, fell nicely to Montgomery, so Boreham start another attack. Ben Nunn. I was going to say, Steve, with the thoughts going around the ground before the match, this could possibly be Truro's last home game in this league. It'll be a shame for the likes of Ben Williams, who's just come in at the left-back position, and Kiefer Moore up front, a youngster from South Devon League last season, and as you said a moment ago, Cody Cook, who's game by game is looking a far more established player.
Yeah, and you know, Dan Green you can throw into there as well. Yeah, I really hope not, and we're all hoping and fingers crossed that that something happens.
Something happened there, because Adam Kelly was the man brought down on the edge of the box. Now number 5, big man Charlie O'Coughlin having a word with the referee, but Kelly looked to have been just caught on his little jinky run through, and one assumes that Jake Ash will like to have a poke at this one.
Yeah, they will fancy his chances there. It was a good little jinking run from Kelly. And he's a big guy, isn't he? There, the big 5, O'Loughlin. He looks like he may be better equipped in a rugby shirt.
I think I'm right in saying he's been voted one of the defenders of the month in the Blue Square Bet Division or Conference South League, so he's been noted for his defensive work rather than his wrestling work. But the shot comes in, Ash, straight into the keeper's arms.
Yeah, it was on target and made the keeper have to save, although not really tested him. But
run forward by Reza, but offside. Hopefully Kiefer Moore will take advantage of that as this kick from Sandercombe comes in, but on that occasion, a push in the back.
Yeah, good decision by the referee actually there. The six that Reynolds had no idea of wanting to go and win that ball. He was just pushing into the back of Morey, and yeah, deserved free kick.
This one looks to be Adam Kelly, the man. Hodges just wandering over towards the kick, and very leisurely walk style there by Lee Hodges. But eventually gets there, and he could fancy this one himself, but no, he leaves it for Kelly. Cross comes in, and well, I think I'm right in saying Moore was probably the man pushing.
Yeah, it was in there. It was a good ball in from Greeny. It was, but it was again just the push in the back, the centre half from Morey.
Another long kick from Sandercombe, and that time met by the big number 5. Ball being played forward quickly by Boreham Wood. Isaac trying to get Fiesty in the action, but off for a throw.
It's all a bit scrappy at the moment, isn't it? Neither side really putting 2-3 passes together at the moment. Which is again a bit trading punches with one another at the moment.
He had some quick on the keeper Russell there, and the ball out of the ground. I think that's reference to Bo Williams' trusty left foot, which he can get a lot of power behind that left foot of his. And but there we saw him with his right, so just goes to show he's telling us he's double-footed, Steve, and he's got a useful throw as well. Actually, watch this one.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a little shot there. Commentator's nightmare.
Usually a long throw, but on that occasion short, and it helps Truro keep possession. Dan Green to Joe Broad, quickly shut down, so chooses Green. Cook on that occasion beaten to the ball, or quicker reaction by Gerrard. And all the way back to Sandercombe. Over Moore, headed back by Reynolds. Still, neither side really getting hold of it too much.
No, in that instance, just there with the ball was just played into there's little 2 or 3 one-touches, which was good, and it ended up with Cody Cook there, and that's where he's going to be judged on. This is where the standard is. At the moment, he's been looking really comfortable and composed when he's had the space to play. But there, when it was just needed a quick drop off and away you go, it was just lacking a little bit.
Bournemouth attacking through number 7 Fiesty, but it's shut down. And then Broad with the... Well, Broad was trying to clear, but it's still in that box. Fiesty with a cross right across the face of the goal. Someone got a touch through. It's a corner. Yeah, and that someone was just very, very lucky for Truro there, because I was just waiting for the net to bulge actually from there. So it's a good defensive lunge. So corner from the left side, packed penalty area. In fact, so packed that the referee deciding that he's going to call a couple of players over to him. So let's see if we can get this corner in again. Montgomery to take it. Left-footed. Kelly was there first for Truro, but Montgomery with a cross in at the far post of Coughlin, got the header, and Sandercombe got the fingers to it. Yeah, good save, and it needed as well, and you can actually see just his worth there in the side, then the big 5 at the back post. Good header, Clive hung well, but great save by Sandercombe. Another corner, another one taken by Montgomery. Various touches to it before the referee decided that there had been an infringement, so free kick to Truro in that penalty area. Long kick forward. Appeal for handball. Referee didn't see it, but the assistant did. And so now they've got a couple more in the Boreham Wood penalty box, but a bad kick, not even reaching the penalty area, and a chance wasted on that occasion. Hodges, long ball forward, but an offside, but a disappointing free kick, Steve.
Yeah, it was. We had all our big guns up there then, and he dropped it short, which is disappointing. From that angle there, it was a great angle to just whip the ball in between the keeper and their back line, and he dropped it in short.
Keeper James Russell knocking out right to Nunn. And the big ball forward, or long ball forward, which Hodges chased down by Buchanan and has to give away a throw in. Quarter of an hour on the clock, and no major goal incidents to talk about, apart from Sanderson do well to tip that ball over a couple of minutes ago as Hodges gets a head in, but another corner to Boreham Wood.
Maybe just get the feel and impression a little bit that just squeezing the Truro side a bit at the moment.
And that cross comes in from Nunn, met by O'Loughlin, and saved by Sanderson, and then cleared, and that's a free kick. Les Affle being brought down by the skipper, Luke Jarrard, and he'll be having a few words with him.
Yeah, it was good by Les. He just sucked the defender in and just dropped the shoulder, and away he went. And it was more of a clumsy challenge, really. Les completely did him.
He's assisting him, and anyway, back on the pitch, and number 8, Isaac, out to the right, and then it comes back onto this left side. Mark Jones, met by Jake Ash, and Green will clear. Coming back from an offside.
Yeah, that was just lazy by Stuart Yates then. He would know it as well, that the guys defended well, got it out, and that was really, really lazy of him to be caught offside.
Jones with a cross, deep cross over everyone. Mauro Vietti will keep it in play though for Boreham Wood. Taking on Williams. Cross comes in. Dan Green clears again. And then Hodges, the old-fashioned up and under. Joe Broad trying to keep possession, but hassled out of it by Isaac. Kept in play by Reese on that left, did well. Then inside to Montgomery. Montgomery's cross blocked by Ash though, another corner.
Yeah, the 10 did well there then. It was, as well as chasing the ball down and getting onto it, showed composure and just to have a look, good vision. Just drop a great ball inside there. It was good play by the 10.
Looking at that stand behind the goal, brought too many supporters with them as, 4 or 5 people in there, but as Hodges heads that corner away. Skipper shut down by Les Affle. Affle doing well. This time Yeton is onside. It's surely Yeton by himself. Gets inside that penalty, cuts it back inside. But no real strong appeals for a penalty.
No, I don't think he was as well. He timed his run perfectly. It was a little unfortunate. He just tried to turn inside, which was the right thing to do because he is right-footed. He did really favour his left peg. But and it was a little unfortunate.
But, so one attack forward for Truro, and now it's Boreham Wood with their chance to attack. Elliot Buchanan back to Montgomery. Cross comes in with that left foot, headed away by Hodges. It's Ben Nunn, looks to cross. Oh, that went through everyone, and Sandercombe dives onto the ball. Moore knocks it on. Can Yetton get there first? No, he's held off by Reynolds, but wins the throw. Green's throw using Cody Cook, and then it's back to the number 2. Cross comes in, it's a good cross. Yetton gets up, but wide of the goal.
Yeah, I thought from the position where we sat here, then it was Yetzi jumped where he thought, Jesus, how did he get that high up? And of course, he's got his hands well and truly on the back of the shoulders. But well done here with the guys in the corner. It was an excellent crossing. And Truro very, very much in this game.
Yeah, I did delay whether I thought it was a free kick given away by Yetzi or a goal kick to Boreham Wood. I'm still not sure which the referee gave, but he did blow quite early, so I don't think it would have been a goal for goal in. But at least Truro City holding their own at the moment, conceded quite a few corners so far. What have we had? 22 minutes, and they must have had a hatful of corners against them, but no real danger coming out of the Boreham Wood.
No, not well. He's not really had a clear-cut chance. Or you would say that Tim's had a real save to make, except for the big centre half had a good header he tipped over. But no, Truro held their own and can feel themselves well in this game.
Montgomery's little ball forward towards the number 10, Omar Reeks, and a good header there by Hodges. Strong header back, making sure, no doubt, that the ball was going to make it to Sandakum. Little header by Ash to Joe Broad, then back to Ben Williams. And with that left foot towards Moore. Moore chasing down the ball and doing well. Forcing Boreham Wood to have to clear. Good throw by Williams, good distance anyway, and another throw in which, again, this time I feel sure we will see a long throw from Williams. Moore at the near post, Yetton behind him. Not too many Truro players in the box apart from those two at the moment. Throw met by big number 5 of Loughlin, and Williams gets another chance. Ash headed on by Moore, and then Jones with the clearance, finding Elliot Buchanan. Buchanan though beaten by Hodges. Good tackle.
Yeah, good tackle by Lee there. Uses all his experience. Well, yes.
None to Vietti, running at the players, and cross comes in. Montgomery at this far post, looks to volley it towards goal, or across the box anyway, and Reeks' effort blocked.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity actually. I thought the ball was wrong from him. He hung it up too long in the air. Give our guys a chance to quickly and defend. It would have been much more dangerous if it had been zipped in along the box.
Dan Green's ball towards Yetton, but it hit a Boreham Wood shirt and slowed it down. But Jake Ash now moving forward. His run is stopped. Still Truro though in possession. Cody Cook. Cook wins a free kick.
Oh yeah, it was. I think he's going to be a little thankful with that. That actually got himself in trouble again. Just having I think it's commentator's curse, isn't it? Having praised him the last first 5 minutes, he's gone into his shell a little bit. He looks. He's just come off the pace a little bit, as was shown there. But anyway, position for Truro to aerial challenge here.
That ball knocked in by Broad, and headed towards goal by Jake Ash.
Yeah, good effort, Jakey there. I thought it was a bit of a lost cause, but no, Jakey was in there. So, and once again, just keep knocking at the door.
A relatively big number 6, and Truro City have winning some of these kicks that have come in so far. So lots of anticipation of goals coming in this game. We've had, what, 26 minutes, and Sanderton's long kick forward. Headed back, but Truro with time. Lee Hodges. Yet a ball in towards Kiefer Moore, but just a little bit too far in front of him.
Yeah, it was a good ball from Green. He just dropped it in there, and a good little flick from Yates. He showed a lot of vision, but just that partnership at the moment, they're just not. Either Moore's won the ball and flicked on, Yates has just been a yard away or whatever, and vice versa there. Just not quite getting on each other's wavelength at the moment.
Kick by Bournemouth, taking relatively quick, but still Truro with enough numbers back there to defend. And then Joe Broad digging it out and finding Dan Green. Got Les Affle in front of him, wanting the ball, or tries to get it to Yetton, but read well and intercepted. But City back in possession again. Williams looking to find Yetton, but it was nowhere near Stuart Yetton. But now it is. Yetton fed by Kelly, and there's the first goal. 27 minutes on the clock, and a pass by Kelly to Yetton. 1-0 City.
Yeah, the sniffers finish from there. Yetzi, and I think is it 218 now in that. I wonder how many on his left peg. And but yeah, great goal scorer's goal. Maury did well, Kelly did well, and there's Yetzi just sniffing in there. So great start for the guys.
Yes, 28 minutes, and Truro City take the lead. And Stuart Yetton with that goal, which adds to his more than impressive tally here at Truro Road. I was frantically trying to find the stat in the programme so that I could prove Steve Massey wrong, but he tells me it's 218, so it must be. As City win the free kick.
Only because I saw it in West Britain. He said 217 at Western. so as a good summariser, I try and keep these little bits of information. You see.
And good at maths as well. 1 + 217. Yeah, I like it. 28 minutes on the clock, or 29 minutes now, and City with that goal up, which no doubt Boreham would, if they second place in the table at the moment, if they want to really prove their title contenders, will want to fight back into this game. Ash won the ball anyway, but the referee already decided it was a free kick against the number 9, Elliot Buchanan. We've had an awful lot of corners and free kicks already in this game.
It's been really stop and start. I think the referee's been really, for me, a bit finicky about challenges, particularly in the air. That's why we've had as many free kicks as we had.
Hodges' kick over Moore, but Les Affle will get that. Header back into the box. Oh, not clear by Montgomery as keeper Russell chases to keep the ball in play and did well. Throws it out to number 7, Vietti, but Bournemouth just perhaps a little bit rattled at the moment.
Yeah, they look a little bit ragged at the moment. They certainly didn't expect to come here, second in the league. All the woes and troubles that are going on here at Truro, and they didn't expect this at the moment, and they don't like it. It's a little bit ragged at the moment.
Montgomery's pass not good enough as Dan Green defends, but Montgomery back in possession. This time he does find a blue shirt, and it's the shirt of Ben Nunn. Using space in front of him, Callum Reynolds, and then to Montgomery. Out to the right back, Nunn. Nunn though takes his eye off the ball, and it's the throw to City.
Yeah, again, good closing down, pressurising by the guys. Of course, buoyed by the goal. It really does lift you. And at the moment, Boreham look anything but title contenders.
Good header by Moore into Kelly. Kelly trying to find Yeton again, and late tackle there gives City another free kick.
Yeah, it was just Yetzi was nearly in there. Just the ball was just a little bit. It'd be interesting if the ref would have let play go on there. If Yetzi had actually managed to get on the end of it. But, another free kick again.
So Hodges with his free kick. Jake Ash gets ahead to it, but not really sure that he knew where it was going.
No, he didn't. He managed to get himself in that position there, but was just bustled and jostled, and it ended up coming off the back of his head. But he had a commitment to get in there, which is that's all you ask of him there. But it was a good ball in by Hodges.
James Russell with a good long kick. Hodges and Reitzer clash in the air, and it fell nicely to Jake Ash, but had a run through to the keeper again. Green doesn't get there first as Reitzer does for Boreham Wood. Challenged by Ash, then the ball out to Jones. Cross coming towards that near post, but cut out by Joe Broad.
Yeah, well, that all stemmed from the fact that the left back here was looking for another ball, for another player really, and ended up actually having a little bit of opening for the 10 to come into. And again, good defensive work by Truro, and they got to defend another corner.
Montgomery headed away by Cody Cook. Kelly finds Yeton. Yeton challenge, but falls nicely to Les Affle. Affle trying to get it inside towards Kelly, but not quite the legs to get there ahead of the Boreham Wood defender, and then long ball forward. Appeals for offside, but Sandercombe having to come off his line, and always aiming towards our cameraman, I think, Steve.
It looked it, didn't it? Yes. That was unlucky, the attack there, for the quick break by Truro. It was. I just thought Les might have just helped out a little bit longer, just to hold it up the ball a little bit longer, to give Kelly the chance to get up there as it happened, and he was just too late in getting forward.
Ash just lets the ball run back, and in fact over the goal line for a goal kick.
The only threat is that ball that's just bent in between our right back and the centre half, Jakey, in between Dan Green and Jakey. That's where the little bits of problems have come, and they just are aware of that. There's not been a threat.
Ches Isaac just had his ankle caught there by Kelly, and
it's as if he's literally playing it by the book. There was a good opportunity just to get the game going. It's been.
Yeah, that does seem to be something that's creeping into all levels of the game. Unfortunately, the referees have to have their moment of talking to the offender instead of letting the game flow. As now it is back into action. Montgomery's cross, nicely brought down by Jake Ash. Ash was looking for Yeton, but it puts Boreham Wood under a little bit of pressure all the same, but good defending there by Reynolds. Then Montgomery with a long ball forward towards Verretu, who's come across the back of the back, or Truro's back four, but from one end to the other.
He was there with Jake Ash in possession there. That was one of those bad good balls. It nearly turned into a good one.
Both players walk away from the free kick. Eventually, it'll be Mark Jones to take it. Ben Nunn. Little ball to Vietti, and then trying to get the skipper Luke Jarrod into the action. A good cross in, but good punch out by Sandercombe. Big number 5 has stayed up there, and that's a good cracking ball through to Reitzer. Reitzer low along the deck cross, and good defending by Ash. Still Boreham Wood trying to force Truro back. Some challenges there by Ben Nunn, which some referees would have blown up for, and I think Ben Williams felt the effect of the last one. Now a free kick to Boreham.
Oh, well, there was no quarter asked and no quarter given there, was there, dear me? It was some challenges, some really determination and commitment into there. I thought, to be fair, I thought the referee was right. Yeah, let it go. But, just starting to knock on the door a little bit now, Boreham Wood.
Montgomery to take it. Little clip towards the far post. So McLaughlin got up, but Sandercombe under no pressure and did well. Long kick forward. Yetton's got beyond the last defender, and corner.
Would you call that a long ball game? I think maybe it is an asset actually from the keeper. He can kick that long. It really is an asset.
Got Yetton on the goal line, and then a handful of players around the box, but keeper Russell, he stopped from making the throw, and referees deciding to take Ash is going to go in the book for that.
I couldn't see that at all myself there. It was just, really is becoming more finicky and pickety, whatever you want to call it. It's stop, start again all the time.
Just put forward his case, and ref. So 40 minutes on the clock. James Russell with the free kick. Another good kick. Both keepers doing well with their kicks today. It's a beautiful afternoon for playing football, of course, and the pitch looking splendid. And as Truro City move forward again, Moore on the break. Yetton is in the box, waiting for the cross. Short one to Adam Kelly. Kelly looks up, crosses it, but overhit.
No, I could see what he was trying to do. It was unfortunate, and good run by Moore. Again, held the ball up well as well, which is all you can ask for. It was unlucky.
Hodges clashes with Reitzer, but Reitzer comes off the better of that one. Vietti done it right to Ben Nunn. First time cross comes off Ash, then Ash clears. Oh, and again, Moore forcing the big number 5 into action.
Yeah, as he was just going for that, I was thinking inside me, no, don't, because he's only going to head it out for the Truro throw anyway, and he actually literally got them out of jail there with the bundling into. But this is another example again here. He knows what he's done. It's a free kick. Let's get on with it, referee. Maybe he's going for a sponsored talk with every player in this game.
He's take a lot of stick, but sometimes they just make it even more difficult for themselves as Nunn crosses. Header by Buchanan, just over the head of Ash, but over the crossbar.
I saw that as a good chance, but I think he jumped too early, and he was on the way down when he met it with his head. But that was actually a good chance.
Sandercombe's kick met by Boreham Wood's number 5. And Williams with his right foot, they're not connecting quite so well, but Ash doing well, trying to bring it out. He gets away from Gerard, and then using Kelly. Kelly, first time ball towards Kiefer Moore. Yeton doing well to get onto the end of it, but the big number 5 will defend that ball, and he looks at it and makes sure he knew which number pushed him over.
Yeah, I think Yeton would take some pride over that. He put a guy twice his height, twice his size, twice his weight over on the floor. So.
And he liked it. He was grinning at the referee with that one. So Russell with a goal kick. All the players crammed into a little strip of the pitch. It's the kick. We know where the kick's going, and certainly Jake Ash did. Ends up back in the hands of Russell. Cook in, and that's number 2, Ben Nunn with that challenge. And now we've got all the players wanting to get involved.
I'm going to stick my neck out, and he's going. I'm going to stick my neck out, and the guy's going.
We've now got, what, 2 Truro players down for sure. One's got up, Kelly's got up. Cody Cook still on the deck. And well, Ben Nunn was the man, I think, who made the foul, but certainly the big number 5 of Laughlin wasn't slow in getting in the action.
No, it wasn't. No. He was in there to help his mate out, but I would think that the 2 now is absolutely sweating.
Hands innocently behind his back and just waiting for the judgment. Referee goes to his pocket. Now we still can't see quite what colour the card is, but he's certainly, well, on the basis that he's spoken a long time to every player so far. And there it is, red card.
Yeah, I called it, and it had to be. I'll tell you why I base that is, just how fussy and finicky he's been all afternoon, and there was an opportunity to just really make a mark. To be fair, I thought it warranted it as well anyway.
Certainly, Daniel Cook, the referee, having his work cut out with that incident. I think he was calling over the assistant for some reason. In fact, yes, he's calling over both to give their verdict.
I don't know. I think he's going to ask him which player I haven't spoke to, because I've got this sponsored talk. Which player I haven't spoken to yet? So. All I can think of is that he's just asking him, did he see anything else in the melee that went on sort of after that initial tackle.
Meanwhile, Lee Hodges wants to take the free kick, I think, but we've now moved into stoppage time in the first half, and you can see the assistant there, Andrew Quinn, nodding in agreement. Whether we will see any further action by the referee. Yes, I'm not quite surprised about this one. He's calling over the big number 5 who... Oh, another red card! Number 5, Charlie O'Loughlin, is also off.
Well, I didn't see that coming. I was about to say, if you're that size, you can't really go in and hide a little bit, can you?
Now we've got Jake Ash being called over by the referee. Now, are we going to see another red card?
I'm a little bit cautious here because he's already had a yellow. He's got a yellow and a red. Yeah.
So it's his second yellow, and that's him off as well. So 3 red cards for one incident, and now Stuart Yeton doing the right thing there, I think, in making sure that Jake leaves the pitch. So frustrating. It's a second yellow, and have we finished yet? I mean, referee Mr. Cook still not ready to get the action back going again, and now he's speaking to the skipper of Boreham Wood. But I think that'll be the last of any cards. Oh no, we've got another yellow card now. That's being shown, I guess, to the number 3. Is it? Yes, the number 3 who's also been given the yellow card. So from one bad tackle, 2 red cards, 2 yellows, and one of those yellows being a second yellow. So Jake Ash is off the pitch, and I would imagine the referee would really want to get this half over with now and get in the changing rooms.
Well, it's not. I mean, we've had 45 minutes on the clock, and we're into injury time now, and there hasn't really been except for that one there, a bad challenge. It's not been a dirty game. Yeah, if somebody were to look on this now and hear that there's been 3 red cards and bookings, I do feel that the referee has. It is a difficult job, no doubt about it. But I do feel he's brought a lot of it on himself. He really has.
Well, having said that, the players reacted very quickly, overreacted, I think, to be honest. And so, to some extent, and now we've got another yellow card. Now, what on earth is that all about? Number 7, Moro Fiesty. It was an innocent foul, if you can have such a thing, and he's got a yellow card as well.
Yeah, I just think he's really starting to. I hate to use that expression about, you know, referees losing the plot, but I have to say I cannot see what is in his mind. It must be going around about 300 miles an hour at the moment. Or as I said, I honestly think maybe it's actually not a sponsored talk. It's a sponsored booking on each player.
Well, certainly we've got 3 men lined up to take this kick. Les Affle, Adam Kelly and Yetten. Yetten wants to go. He does, hits the wall, hits Williams! Well, I say hits Williams. Williams actually had a very good chance of making it 2.
Oh, he did there then, yes, yeah, didn't he? And it was, has he put it out of the ground? No, it's not. It was over the bar, but what a great chance there for him to, I mean, maybe it was his chance for first goal as well for the club, was it?
Certainly, and that would have really been the icing on the cake for the end of this first half for Truro if they could have gone in a player up and 2 goals up as well. And what have we got now? 4.5 minutes into stoppage time. Russell with a kick. Referee looking at his watch and decides that's it. I've had enough. I've done enough as well. Truro City going 1-0 up. Steve, your reactions on the first half?
Well, I think it's everything's just gone by with what just happened literally in the last minute or 2 of the first half there. Certainly the first challenge was warranted, but again, maybe it's something that actually it actually happened that the overreaction certainly was overreaction. The players coming in there, and you can actually maybe say, yeah, well done, referee, for sorting that out.
So into the second half, Boreham Wood with 2 players off through red cards, brought on a substitute at the very start of this second half. It's a central defender, number 16, I think it is. We'll wait for him to turn around so we can just make sure or not. Yes, it is, number 16, Cliff Akurang is on in the action, but Les Affle wins on that occasion. The man that's been taken off is number 9, which wouldn't be surprising, I suppose. 2 defenders sent off. They had to do something about shoring up the back, and it's a forward that has had to be taken off, but it's Boreham Wood attacking. Fiesty challenged by Cook, still on the ball, gets a shot in, but it's blocked. Reaches a turn, shoots towards goal, and that wasn't too far away.
It wasn't too far away either as well. But, the little 7 did well actually there. Just dropped the shoulder, sold the dummy, and I thought he was going to just let fly at one stage, but yeah, in the end it looks like they've actually rejigged themselves and just got the one up front. Still got the 4 at the back, and it's 4-3-1. I think that Boreham are playing now.
Moore loses out in the air, but Dan Green will pick up the loose ball. Of course, Truro having to just shuffle things slightly with Jake Ash being red carded as well as Affle on the ball. Green uses Affle. Yetten with the attempt, but couldn't quite get behind it, and Boreham Wood come away. Mark Jones on that left side. One of 3 Boreham players on a yellow card in this second half. Here's another, the number 7 Fiesty. And here's their 3rd one on a yellow card. Gerard inside to Fiesty. Looks up, a little ball towards Risa. Cook gets in there and wins the free kick. But Yeton not too far away from getting his second.
Yeah, he was a little unfortunate. I thought Les could have just pulled the trigger himself really there. I thought he was in a good position. But the game's going to get really stretched now. Both sides, particularly Boreham, down 2 men less. I think it's going to get really stretched. I'm just looking at the Truro lineup here, whether they're still playing. Let's still be playing the four across the back, just marking the 1. We could actually go and just have a 3 at the back now.
Yeah, it's not the perhaps the most bravest of decisions. Still to keep the 4 there. Cody Cook looks to have shuffled across the left back. Ben Williams gone inside, but surely a waste of personnel if they're only got the 1 striker to mark. But we'll see how things unfold. Here's Boreham, Ritza. Cross comes towards Villa, but cleared by Cook. Now City, can they break? It's held up for sure. Yeton keeps it in play, but only to a blue shirt. Good play by Adam Kelly there. Moore just, well, he's very close to going offside.
I think it would have been, yeah. I think the linesman was just ready to raise it, but the Boreham player cut it out.
Luke Jarrard inside to Ritza. Ritza turns, facing goal, shapes up the shoot, but Sandicum plucks it out the air.
I'm looking at Kelly, and is he struggling with this, with a little bit of a thigh? Maybe he's looks like limping a little bit to me, which he can ill afford at the moment.
Very interesting in the half-time session. Andy Watkins was out on the pitch, seemed to be kicking the ball fine, so one would hope that would be a good option to perhaps try Andy with half an hour or so to go, push Boreham Wood back a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually I do like the fact that Lee's actually kept two up front. It's we were still playing with Affle's gone up front. Affle's joining Yetzi and Moore up there, so we've still kept two forwards up there, which is good.
Russell throw out to Luke Jarrard, back to the back inside to Cliff Akurang, then using the pitch, knocking out wide to Mark Jones. And he got the 1 to aim for, and that's who it finds. Oh, and that was inches away from the equaliser.
He showed the inexperience of Ben Williams there. He was ball watching, totally ball watching. You'll see that on the screen from the camera angle there that he was ball watching. Had no idea where the man was from behind him. Fortunately, we got away with that, as Yetzi's pointing out in there. And the 2 youngsters, and Cookie should have been talking, which I don't think he was, about the position as well. So it just looks a little uncomfortable with the back 4 and just the one of them. You think, well, who's picking up who? And when you get there, it's too many numbers in there at the moment.
Moore tries to flick it on to Affle, but it's blocked, and Williams gets behind that one. Moore flicks it on. Affle turned by his man, and Boreham Wood in possession. Isaac to Verhetti. Graham Montgomery takes over. It's Isaac again in this corner. Good cross in. Sandcombe dives and gets 2 hands to it, but punches it not too far away. It's still Boreham Wood. Square ball to Jones. Jones preferring his left foot, so couldn't get a shot in to now Montgomery. And Cook clears. Now, what can Kiefer Moore do with this one? Not too much.
No, that was again maybe just a little experience, but he didn't have much help around him actually. He held it up well, and just looking for somebody to drop it off and build again, and he was left without support there.
Certainly at the moment, it's the 9 men of Boreham Wood that seem to be running the game.
Yeah, and I tell you why, because we've got too many at the back that are not doing anything, picking players up. And that's the problem. We've got 4 at the back marking 1, and at the moment we're getting a little bit run over. The little 7's really enjoying it. Somebody should be going out. It's Yeton or Kelly should be now sitting on the 7. He's starting to run the show. But the problem is we've got 4 marking 1.
Now Les Apple with the chance, but wide of the goal.
Oh, I was waffling on one, or we were breaking. Yeah, great break, and that's what the game's going to happen. Both sides are going to be breaking on one another. But I would like to just see a little bit more organisation to the City side at the moment. We're a little bit all over the place.
It's almost a signal that we're not fit, or we're not as fit as the opposition, because we've had all these problems off the pitch and we haven't trained quite as much. We missed pre-season friendlies, so let's sit on what we've got. We've got a 1-0 lead and go home with that 1-0, 3 points. That's what it looks like at the moment. See how deep we are. Hodges is a long way back, and let's hope perhaps the opposition won't be able to take advantage of it, but certainly for the moment, Truro not finding their men, not able to control it as much as they had in the first half.
Yeah, again, I think you called it right, Dave, that they're just literally sitting at the moment and sitting too deep at the moment. And it's a perfect opportunity just to go one-on-one, particularly with their players in the middle of the park, particularly the 7. You look at him now; he's just pulled away into areas where nobody's picking him up, and it's just a little worrying.
Russell knocking out early to the right back in the second half. Luke Jarrard. Skipper was in middle of the first half, but obviously with the 2 dismissals, they've had to shuffle things around a slight bit. Mark Jones on the ball now, inside to Isaac. Skipper in towards Fahety, and Williams desperate to get in there first, giving away the free kick. Now, Boreham Wood eager to get the ball back into action. Isaac suggesting to the referee he couldn't take the ball, or couldn't take the kick quick enough, as Truro players in front of him. Now the referee's going to slow it down, really.
Yeah, he's done well for our guys actually there. So yeah, well done, ref.
I'm not quite sure why he's talking quite so much. I thought he was going to pace out to 10 yards, but he hasn't even bothered with that. So he's still having a go at the number 4. Montgomery with the free kick. Hodges gets ahead to it, but it's a corner. So Montgomery with the corner, floated in, met by Reynolds, but always sailing over the crossbar.
Yeah, you'd think it's the way the game's just sort of set itself out this first 10 minutes is that Boreham had the extra player. I said that's just purely come down from the fact that we've got too many at the back.
Reynolds beats Moore to the header, and Boreham Wood try to get the ball forward quickly. Dan Green with the clearance, but he's not a Truro City player within 30 yards of that ball at the moment. So Boreham Wood eating up the ground, but Kiefer Moore doing well to at least block one run. But now it's Fahety inside to Montgomery, using Jarrard. Reitzer coming out of the penalty area, flicks the ball in, back in towards Jarrard, but Hodges clears that danger for the moment. Kiefer Moore, can he keep possession? He needs to, and he does. And then a good ball out to Dan Green. Kelly gets it first, not able to stick a foot in and flick it on as Fiesty with the ball. Good challenge there by Hodges. Still Bournemouth though. Isaac out to Ritza, number 10. Takes, or tries to get Montgomery, and he actually does. Back to Gerrard. So still the Blues keeping possession. Montgomery lines up for a shot. A great shot, which Sandercombe punched away. Still Bournemouth. Boreham's number 10, Ritza, with the effort.
Yeah, you have to say great stuff by Tim Sandercombe there. Yeah. From Boreham's side, you would say, oh, there were great opportunities there. But the thing is, they've been knocking, and they're going to keep knocking. And if you keep giving them the opportunities, one of them is going to go in shortly.
Certainly, the crowd here alongside us shouting out, "Come on, Truro, we need another goal." And at this moment, it's a little bit difficult to see where that goal might come from, to be honest, as far as Truro City are concerned. Hodges just gently nodding that ball back to Sandercombe, but Sandercombe with a kick. Looks as if Andy Watkins is ready to come on. As now that'll be interesting to see who exactly they take off as Boreham would start from deep. Chris Isaac back to Cliff Akerang, and then a ball towards Ritza, goes over the number 10. Hodges should be able to deal with that one. He does, and Dan Green in possession. Green not able to get past Montgomery, and does win the throw. I must admit, I'm at a puzzle as to who will be coming off.
I think Kelly looks tired. I think he's carrying a. For me, I think he's carrying a knock. But then there's always maybe Les as well that's struggling a little bit.
Well, that was nothing passed by Hodges. Well done, Stuart Yessen. Got a leg in there, and now let's see how fit Kelly is. A little ball or cross towards Moore, but just in front of him, too far in front of him.
It was there. You could see what he was doing. He could actually just see what he was doing. It was a little unfortunate, but he actually had options to the left of him as well, which could have stretched it a bit more. But, it was just unfortunate. This is another example here. What's to be gained by this? It's not only just he could have come up and quickly just said to him, just, you know, look, I've seen that one in there. I've marked your card. Just be careful. But I mean, so why are we stopping for the game for another minute?
Of course, interesting. Two players he was talking to, both on yellow cards. So whether he's giving them the benefit of doubt or what, I don't know. But long ball to Luke Gerrard, looking up to cross it, but Cody Cook shuts him down. Now then, City moving forward through the youngster, using Moore. Moore holds off the substitute. Ball towards Yetten, not quite as accurate as it needed to be, and eventually Russell clears, but Truro showing surely that if they pushed forward a little bit more, they would have this game and they'd be squeezing Bournemouth back. As it is, Montgomery coming forward, checks and uses Reynolds. Right to Mark Jones. Jones pass to Vietti, overhit, and a goal kick.
Yeah, I'm just getting. I feel myself getting all of the tither here. We're 1-0 up. We're a player up, and at the moment we're showing no ambition, and we're just waiting for them to keep coming at us. Let's show a little bit more ambition. As you called it quite correctly, when we put them under pressure, break on them. But we're just lacking a bit of ambition at the moment.
More flicks on, but that lack of ambition, it was confirmed there. Affle was far too deep, too much to expect him to run onto it as Boreham would. In possession again, long ball towards Ritza. He has Williams to take on, wins the throw. Quick throw in towards Vietti, but Joe Brawl was there to read it. This time though, Richard gets away from his man, but well done, Stuart Yetten. Yetton ball to Kiefer Moore, and then a little bit unlucky, just clipped the heels of the number 16, Akarang.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, we got another card here now. Another yellow one. But I thought, I tell you whose attitude I thought was absolutely spot on the second half for Truro. Absolutely spot on in there. And not just in endeavour, but actually the ability-wise as well. Stuart Yetton, he's leading by example. Yeah, he's leading the guys really well.
And in fact, the man who just got yellow carded, Kiefer Moore, is the man to be replaced. 18 minutes into the second half, and Andy Watkins is the man coming on in place of Kiefer Moore.
Unless he's injured, I find that strange. Unless he's, I mean, he might be carrying not an injury, so I find that strange because while we're defending things, the only out ball is the long one, which is going to be in the air, and it's just going to come back to us now with his height gone.
As it is, Boreham Wood, Chris Isaac back to Jarrod, inside to Montgomery. Yetton closed down by Isaac and able to still get the ball out. Kelly, long ball towards Andy Watkins. Now let's see what Watkins can do with this. Defensive work by number 16, Akarang, and nothing wrong with that one.
No, at all, no. It's and right out of the Ben Williams long-range kicking book, that was as well, good clearance. But that just shows you how what an asset Andy Watkins is. I mean, it was a great touch for him away, and it was just unfortunate not to actually get away from him.
Cody Cook trying to get it to Watkins again. Wins what looks to be a corner as they're shaping up. I think it would be a big relief to all of us if City were to get a second goal somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think not only will it just buoy which it will do, and the crowd to get behind them and things, it will sink Boreham as well.
Corner comes in towards Williams, and there it is! 19 minutes into the second half. Ben Williams, his first goal for the first team, and what a cracker!
I'm telling you, you match of the day tonight, whatever you want to see, you won't see a better headed goal than that. Absolutely fantastic, right at the far post with the power. He hung there just on the poise. Fantastic goal, great stuff. Then just as the guys in the crowd maybe wanted now to lift us, and that will really deflate Boreham.
Yeah, surely now Boreham, if they want to get anything out of this game, they've got to really come out, and that'll open up the trapdoor for even more.
I'm actually so relaxed now, I'm just going to sit for just a minute and have an egg sandwich.
Oh, is that what I could smell? I thought it was something. Anyway, Boreham Wood now got it all to do. They've conceded more goals today than they had done in their all previous 4 games that they played. Mind you, there are 2 players missing, I suppose, from the back 4, but you still got to score. Isaac can't keep that ball in play, and crowd behind that far goal now, able to rub it into the Boreham Wood goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to put the worries and the woes that have been around the club for the last few months, really, but particularly in the last couple of weeks. But they're just concentrating on what it's about, what it should be really about here, winning football matches. And the guys in a 2-0 up, and yeah, let's enjoy it.
Dan Green inside to Affle, Joe Broad. Akram quicker to the ball than Yetton on that occasion.
Yeah, and that's good to see now. It just happened as we attack now. Whichever flank, the full-back from that side, which is literally just marking space, must join in and join in with the guys and make the extra number. As Green is doing here. Here we go. Perfect example.
Cross, which will go forward to Kelly. Kelly's got Yetton outside, but goes for the bender.
Oh, I think he looked like he had Douglas Bader's legs on there, didn't he? He had some wooden legs there. That he looks tired. He looks absolutely shot. But you see what he was trying to do in there. But it was better from Truro that the fullback on the side where the attack's coming from joins in. and then the other fullback comes across, and they make a three in the middle of the park, at the back.
Certainly now it looks as if Truro have got the extra player. They're keeping possession. They're taking on Boreham. Watkins comes inside and with his left foot has a shot which is well saved.
Yeah, that's good. They're looking fresh and lively, and you know, it just shows you what that goal can do.
Hodges shut down by Heaty. In fact, somehow the Boreham number 7 ends up with the ball, but Hodges wins the throw.
It's important, like this, and I mean, it's it might be stating the obvious thing, but it really is important that certainly the next 5 minutes, and then another 5 to go on, and then another 5 to go on from there, that we don't let them back into the game, to actually just give them a little boost then.
Montgomery to Jones. Jones, little ball in to Rita. Can't keep possession though, and that's a shame. Perhaps could have found a white shirt on that occasion, but Boreham straight back in possession. But they give the ball away. Affel's ball to Watkins, cut out by Reynolds. And then Reynolds to Rita. Square pass to Montgomery, just behind the number 11, who had to reshape to get the shot on goal.
Yeah, you could just tell he wasn't so comfortable at all on his right. Fancy that right peg there. But Boreham do look a little deflated from now, as you would expect, and our guys have just not got to let them just have a little sniff at opening the door. So just keep it locked now.
Sounds like a long kick forward, but again a lack of a white shirt in that area, as Jones couldn't get on the end of that one. And Truro break again. Les Affel to Watkins. Watkins very close to being in an offside position, but the assistant was right there next to him, as now Boreham move forward. Reynolds to Jones. Ball towards Montgomery. Montgomery gets away from Williams, but well done, Tim Sandercombe.
Yeah, just again, he showed inexperience of ball watching again. He got in behind the back of Ben. You know, to be fair, he's going into a position where he's not. He doesn't play that regularly. In fact, even at all. But that is just a little danger there. But I have to say, Tim Sandercombe read it really well. Very nice to see.
We've got another yellow card here. Steve number 3 has pushed Watkins out the way. Now, who's he giving the yellow card to? No, it's only Watkins he's giving the card to. I thought the way that Jones pushed Watkins, it was going to be the number 3 going, but well, at least someone in the stand here has been used with that one as I am, because one assumes Watkins got in the way somehow, but now it's Boreham attacking. Dard to Vietti, but Cody Cook got there first. Throw in to the visitors. Ball goes out of play for a goal kick, and Boreham would look to be perhaps bringing on a fresh pair of legs. Sandercombe with a goal kick towards Watkins. Back around to Ches Isaac, and then inside to Montgomery. Isaac again looking to spread it, but just square to Mark Jones. It was a loose first touch by Jones. Didn't get away with it in the end as Truro break forward. Affel to Watkins, to Yeton. Yeton back into Les Affel. Affel with the effort. Great save by the keeper. And Dan Green couldn't get on the end of it, but what a break.
Yeah, great move, great vision by both the boys, Affel and Yetz in particular. And that, you had to say he should have scored, but credit to the keeper.
Matt Boreham moving forward. Ritza. seems very cool there.
Cool. I've just been getting on his back a little bit about his positional playing things, and then composure and by me. That was as good as anything. In fact, it's probably surprised Tim Sandercombe so much he's kicked the ball out of touch.
They aren't going for it and pushing all the strikers on, so as they push forward though, it's Gerard tries to get that ball in towards that near post, but no danger for City on that occasion.
No, I don't know. I just watched the 12 as he came around. I think he just, it looks like he's going to have plenty of enthusiasm, and he's got a straight. Oh, maybe it was tight, wasn't there? He got a strange running style. The 12 has, hasn't he?
Almost looks as if he's injured, to be fair, but anyway, we'll keep an eye on that as Gerard on the ball, leading it from Montgomery. Inside to the substitute, who knocks it back to Isaac and then squared to Verhetti. Montgomery, another shot coming in, and it's blocked by Joe Broad, who felt that one. Still Verhetti on the ball, another shot blocked by City. Still though, falls nicely to a Boreham Wood player as Montgomery forced back though. Akerang, ball into his fellow substitute Effiong, and then back to Isaac. Leaves it for Jones, but Jones' shot never going to danger Sandercombe.
No, it's good build-up, to be fair, to Boreham there. They passed it around, tried to probe and things, and then finally getting the shot in. But great defending by our boys there on 2-3 occasions, throwing the bodies in front of the line. Yeah, it's dare I say, it's looking okay.
Just okay, that's not good enough, Steve. We need to make sure that it's looking more than that. As Boreham Wood moving forward again. Effiong challenged by Hodges, but the big number 12 just holds him off and then switches play to this right side. Well done, Ben Williams. He read that one for sure on that occasion. And it's Yeton to Affle to Broad. Watkins wanted it. He's got it. No. What's he going to do with it? His first touch let him down on that occasion, but cuts inside. Now he goes for goal. Little ball along the deck, but no real power in it.
No, it was the right idea. Great run, and then cutting inside, and you just want a little bit more on it, a little bit more power in there.
So the play turns to the opposite end again as Boreham in possession. Jones, but too high, too long, and no problems.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 12, and I don't really add that to without looking at where he's been or what he's done. He doesn't look that clever as a forward. He's got himself into strange positions, and there really, and he should have been pulling out onto the back post, and he didn't. We got another substitution here now. Then no.
Yep, no. I guess this must be the number 15, perhaps. No, that'll be good news for Eddie going off.
So I thought he's looked as lively as anybody to try and unlock Truro's defensive formation. So yeah, the last two substitutions, 10 and a 7, I thought they were as good as anything Boreham's got. So, but who'd be a manager?
Greg Morgan, the man coming on, and Sandercombe with the kick. Long kick, but Reynolds under no pressure, but almost finding the substitute Morgan. Isaac. It's Montgomery. Back to the number 8. Morgan not able to keep that ball in play, and
yeah, they've gone and changed the formation. Now they've gone for it. They're just playing 3 at the back now, and pushed the centre half that came on it. So up front with the other big guy. I'm trying to think just what it is. And maybe he's got his boots on the wrong feet. It looks like something like that. He's not running right anyway.
Steve Masters summarised this afternoon. He's always very noticeable about football boots. If they're not bright colours that he picks out, He, mind you, he has got a nice sort of deep red coloured boot as well. So he's not only are they on the wrong feet, but also they're good colour.
Yeah, they are. They're lovely. They're actually, the first time they've been used. Maybe that's what the problem is, because he's definitely is a limp, and he's definitely either he's got his shin pad stuck in his boot, and it's really strange. So, but nice to see that Ben Williams didn't let us down, and there's a ball on its way to Redruth.
33 minutes on the clock in the second half. Truro 2-0 up and defending a corner, which Graham Montgomery will take. And in fact, Akron got the head to it, but behind the fellow strikers.
I had to do that day. It was a long time since I've had that, so it was nice, yeah.
He's spot on. Watkins challenges the fullback Jones, and then Reynolds back to the keeper. Morgan shut down by Broad.
Fortunately, there was a centre-half playing up front, so we were all right.
Yeah, didn't quite know where the ball was. Not helped by the fact he wasn't looking at it, but Kelly, long ball forward for Truro. Watkins head off by Reynolds. Bournemouth player quickly taking the throw. Luke Jarrard, a little bit of space in front of him, choosing to pass it early, but never going to get to a fellow teammate as Truro break through Adam Kelly. Green racing up that right flank. He's got Watkins to the left, comes inside, gets past one player, but then a great crunching tackle by Ches Isaac.
It was like something you did at school, doesn't it? Like, just kept running with the ball.
Williams almost getting Kelly in.
Yeah, one of those things, it's the way you're in the school playground, you just hang on to it for ages. Like there.
Morgan again shouting for it on this right flank. He gets it, but his first touch lets him down. Cody Cook defends. Reynolds again. Now that's gone inside of Cook, finds Morgan, but Morgan's shot is blocked by Sandercombe.
Yeah, good save again by Tim. He's pulled his, when he's had to make the save today, he's pulled them out of the bag for us. But again, he had a good opportunity, but he'll be disappointed with the effort as well, but well done, Tim.
Montgomery's kick. Met again by the big number 16, Cliff Akerang, but no problems for Truro, and certainly, although there might be a few tired legs out there in the white kit, having a 2-goal advantage has got to be good.
Yeah, it is, but it can just in a minute, just change the pattern of the game if they were just to get a little opening and get a goal back. So it's full concentration and focus now for the last what have we got, 7 minutes.
Watkins just turned the defender, and no doubts about that free kick as Cody Cook again gets the ball away from Morgan. And Apple went for the run initially, but then he checked, and then he's offside anyway.
Yeah, just from here you could see it from here. No, don't give the ball. It was just it was the wrong run by Les. To be honest, Cody should have just kept hold of it. Just keep the ball now for the last 7 minutes. Let them chase it.
Jones gave that ball away. Adam Kelly then backs, heels it to Dan Green using Yetton. Morgan again gets there. Cook just does enough to put the player off, and it's a goal kick.
Yeah, he did. Cody did really well there again. But again, maybe that's. It just looked like they've totally run out of ideas, and they've just got the one long ball, diagonal ball they're aiming for at the moment now, which Truro, dare I say, coping with it very comfortably.
Sandercombe's goal kick out to the right, and yeah, another one off the pitch. His kicking seems to have suddenly gone wrong for him.
Yeah, he's sort of, you know, I don't know who he's blaming there. I don't know who he's blaming for that. He was having a go at somebody.
Morgan in possession for Boreham Wood. Takes on Cook yet again. Cody Cook wins the tussle between the two and gets up, uses Les Apple. Watkins trying to time his run so he doesn't move offside. He goes left and Kelly is on the right. Green, another good run by the number 2. Can he get on the end of this? He does. Pushes it square, but it's too hard and Watkins can't get there, but he keeps it in play. Then back towards Yetton, and Yetton's effort over the crossbar and over the stand.
Oh, great way up. Oh, he's giving a red. Oh, Dave, I'll let you carry on with that. You've had all the reds today. There you go.
And that's another red, and referee showing the skipper, Luke Jarrett, the card there. I must admit, I was looking at Yetton's shot going over the stand, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I think he caught Yetton on the run back.
I think it was. He had a just little swipe out at him with it and just bundled him over. But I'll go and collect Yetz's ball down at the train station later.
So waiting for the skipper to leave the pitch. That's in fact. I was going to say he's not going to allow play to resume before the number 4 has left the arena, and both the skippers have been sent off.
Yeah, it's ending really like one of these, like a training session where you have a sort of attack versus defence, and you overload one of the sides. It's like that now, you know. It's just the eight men on board.
Certainly, Boreham Wood. I'm fairly certain before the game, Mark Huckwill and I were talking about Boreham Wood coming down to Truro before, and we're fairly certain last season it was when it was so foggy you couldn't see the far side of the pitch. So Boreham Wood will have good memories of coming to Truro Road. If they're never ever coming again, they'll certainly remember these 2 visits.
Oh, I think they'll love it. I think they're all probably booking the holidays down in Cornwall for next year now. Absolutely.
3 minutes or so to go, and I would imagine now that Boreham Wood would fancy the final whistle going, perhaps, and just count it as a bad day. But that's good play there by the substitute, but Montgomery offside. Thought for a terrible moment he was going to show him the yellow card for kicking the ball after he'd blown the whistle, but thankfully he didn't on that occasion. And I suppose he's got to consider that he can't afford to send off too many more players.
Well, we could, yeah. The game could be null and void, couldn't it? If we get what is it? Another one off. We're down to 7. And then that is getting very, very seriously close to it being abandoned. Yeah.
Actually, perhaps Boreham Wood should go for that tactic. Get more players sent off so that they won't lose 3 points. But Truro moving forward. Good ball by Watkins into Adam Kelly. No, surely he was brought down the ground by Jones, or by Isaac. But referee having nothing of that one.
Oh, I thought it was a good shout for a pen there at just have a little look at that again. Again, Kelly's absolutely out on his feet in there. So.
Morgan, the substitute, he's only been on for about 10 minutes, expecting Montgomery, who's run all over the pitch, to get on the end of that ball, and no surprise.
Is number 5, Lee Hodges.
Lee Hodges got the man of the match for Truro City this afternoon. Is that poignant?
Yeah, I think he's controlled the game well at the back there, and all his experience. Are we having another yellow card for time wasting? We are. Oh my God. Blimey. God. He's written more cards than I send Christmas cards out.
Yes, Cody Cook, receiver of that yellow card. Got to say, he's going to have a busy night, or whenever he gets home, he's going to spend all the time filling out the admin reports. But let's see if he ever gets home. Bearing in mind there's 4 sessions here, they're going to keep him in the change room for about 3 hours talking about the game, I should think. Is Yeton on the ball. Finds Green inside to Les Affle. Can Affle get there? No, not quite. And then this, dare I say it, could this be another yellow card, Steve?
Oh, I think it. Oh, I was just about to say there's a strange one because we've had a free kick without a card, but no, we've got a talk. So yeah, we at least had a talk. Man of the match. You asked about Lee Hodges. Yeah, I can understand maybe why, but for me, I would have given it to Stuart Yeton. He's got the first goal, played well up front, looked sharp, and in the second half, he's absolutely led by example. I thought he's been superb.
Morgan down this right flank. This time he gets past Cook, but not Williams. Montgomery on the ball. And comes off the same player for Truro City.
So, I mean, you know, we've been here 2 weeks now, Dave, and it's all this doom and gloom. We've had the leaders come here, and we took a point off them. The second place come here, and we've beaten them comprehensively. What crisis? Is there a crisis?
Well, on that one you probably know more than I do, Steve. But you can probably do something more about it than I can. That's for sure. But big question now will be, of course, whether we're here in 2 weeks' time or not, I guess, as City have got another big day coming up on Monday in the High Court with the HMRC and the various other petitions against them. And, of course, we've got this administration that they want to file for. So once the game is over, it's going to be back to the doom and gloom of off the pitch. As Watkins, can he brighten the afternoon up for us completely by getting a third goal, but not able to get past number 16, Akerang. But Kelly stops Montgomery going forward. No, he's got Watkins on the right. Almost had so many options he didn't know what to do on that occasion. Morgan inside to Ches Isaac. To the number 3, Mark Jones. Isaac back to Jones. I think we could be seeing just a little bit of the clock being run down.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And you see just how the Boreham players know it as well. They're totally deflated, and they're just waiting. I think that actually it might as well just the referee just put everybody out of the agony, particularly Boreham would, and just blow his whistle now, yeah, as he's done all during the game actually.
Sandercombe picks it up and then enables him to throw it out to Green. It's almost a deadly hush around the stadium here, isn't it?
There is. It's just it's just waiting for the inevitable. Just you know, blow the whistle and it's all over. The game's finished really now.
Joe Broad down that right wing. back to Green. And there we have it, Steve. So Truro City 2-0 winners, and worthy, I think, but lots of other things that'll be read about in the paper tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Truro did pick up the 3 points quite deservedly, but I think the big talking points will be the referee and the incidents just right at half time, which led to how the play and the pattern of play evolved in the second half. But yeah, absolutely superb winners. A number of guys out there who were.
He's spot on. Watkins challenges the fullback Jones, and then Reynolds back to the keeper. Morgan shut down by Braun.
Fortunately, there was a centre-half playing up front, so we were all right.
Yeah, didn't quite know where the ball was. Not helped by the fact he wasn't looking at it, but Kelly, long ball forward for Truro. Watkins head off by Reynolds. Bournemouth player quickly taking the throw. Luke Jarrod, a little bit of space in front of him, choosing to pass it early, but never going to get to a fellow teammate as Truro break through Adam Kelly. Green racing up that right flank. He's got Watkins to the left, comes inside, gets past one player, but then a great crunching tackle by Ches Isaac.
It was like something you did at school, doesn't it? Like, you know, just kept running with the ball.
Williams almost getting Kelly in.
Yeah, one of those things where you're in the school playground, you just hang on to it for ages. Like there.
Morgan again shading for it on this right flank. Gets it, but his first touch lets him down. Cody Cook defends. Reynolds again. Now that's gone inside. Cook finds Morgan, but Morgan's shot is blocked by Sandercombe.
Yeah, good save again by Tim. He's pulled his, when he's had to make the save today. He's pulled them out of the bag for us. But again, it's he had a good opportunity, but he'll be disappointed with the effort as well. But well done, Tim.
Montgomery's kick. Met again by the big number 16, Cliff Akerang, but no problems for Truro, and certainly, although there might be a few tired legs out there in the white kit, having a 2-goal advantage has got to be good.
Yeah, it is, but it can just in a minute, just change the pattern of the game if they were just to get a little opening and get a goal back. So it's full concentration and focus now for the last what have we got, 7 minutes.
Watkins just turned the defender, and no doubts about that free kick as Cody Cook again gets the ball away from Morgan. And Affle went for the run initially, but then he checked, and then he's offside anyway.
Yeah, just from here you could see it from here. No, don't give the ball. It was just it was the wrong run by Lesby. If I'm honest, Cody should have just kept hold of it. Just keep the ball now for the last 7 minutes. Let them chase it.
Jones gave that ball away. Adam Kelly then heels it to Dan Green using Yetton. Morgan again gets there. Cook just does enough to put the player off, and it's a goal kick.
Yeah, he did. Cody did really well there again. But, again, maybe it just looked like they've totally run out of ideas, and they've just got the one long ball, diagonal ball they're aiming for at the moment now, which Truro, dare I say, coping with it very comfortably.
Sandercombe's goal kick out to the right, and yeah, another one off the pitch. His kicking seems to have suddenly gone wrong for him.
Yeah, he's sort of, you know, I don't know who he's blaming there. I don't know who's blaming for that. Who's having a go at somebody.
Morgan in possession for Boreham. Takes on Cook yet again. Cody Cook wins the tussle between the two and gets up, uses Les Apple. Watkins trying to time his run so he doesn't move offside. He goes left and Kelly is on the right. Green, another good run by the number 2. Can he get on the end of this? He does. Pushes it square, but it's too hard and Watkins can't get there, but he keeps it in play. Then back towards Yetton, and Yetton's effort over the crossbar and over the stand.
Oh, great. Hey up. Oh, he's giving a red. Oh, Dave, I'll let you carry on with that. Hey, you've had all the reds today.
And that's another red, and referee showing the skipper, Luke Jarrett, the card there. I must admit, I was looking at Yetton's shot going over the stands. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I think he caught Yetton on the run back.
I think it was. He had a just little swipe out at him and just bundled him over. But I'll go and collect Yetz's ball down at the train station later.
So waiting for the skipper to leave the pitch. That's in fact. I was going to say he's not going to allow play to resume before the number 4 has left the arena, and both the skippers have been sent off.
Yeah, it's ending really like one of these, like a training session where you have a sort of attack versus defence and you overload one of the sides. It's like that now, you know. It's just the eight men on board.
Certainly, Boreham Wood. I'm fairly certain before the game, Mark Huckle and I were talking about Boreham Wood coming down to Truro before, and we're fairly certain last season it was when it was so foggy you couldn't see the far side of the pitch. So Boreham Wood will have good memories of coming to Truro Road. If they're never ever coming again, they'll certainly remember these 2 visits.
Oh, I think they'll love it. I think they're all probably booking the holidays down in Cornwall for next year now. Absolutely.
3 minutes or so to go, and I would imagine now that Boreham Wood would fancy the final whistle going, perhaps, and just count it as a bad day. But that's good play there by the substitute. But Montgomery offside. Thought for a terrible moment. He's going to show him the yellow card for kicking the ball after he'd blown the whistle. But thankfully he didn't on that occasion. And I suppose he's got to consider that he can't afford to send off too many more players.
Well, we could, yeah. The game could be null and void, couldn't it? If we get what is it? Another one off. We're down to 7, and then that is getting very, very seriously close to it being abandoned. Yeah.
Actually, perhaps Boreham Wood should go for that tactic. Get more players sent off so that they won't lose 3 points. But Truro moving forward. Good ball by Watkins into Adam Kelly. No, surely he was brought down the ground by Jones, or by Isaac. But referee having nothing of that one.
Oh, I thought it was a good shout for a pen there. Let's have a little look at that again. Again, Kelly's absolutely out on his feet in there. So.
Morgan, the substitute, he's only been on for about 10 minutes, expecting Montgomery, who's run all over the pitch, to get on the end of that ball, and no surprise.
Is number 5, Lee Hodges.
Yeah, Lee Hodges got the man of the match for Truro City this afternoon. Is that poignant?
Yeah, I think he's controlled the game well at the back then, all his experience. Are we having another yellow card for time wasting? We are. Oh my, blimey. God. He's written more cards than I send Christmas cards out.
Yes, Cody Cook, the receiver of that yellow card. going to say he's going to have a busy night, or whenever he gets home, he's going to spend all the time filling out the admin reports. But let's see if he ever gets home. Bearing in mind there's 4 sessions here, they're going to keep him in the change room for about 3 hours talking about the game. I should think is Yeton on the ball, finds Green inside to Les Affle. Can Affle get there? No, not quite. And then this, dare I say it, could this be another yellow card, Steve?
Oh, I think I was just about to say there's a strange one because we've had a free kick without a card, but no, we've got a talk. So yeah, we at least had a talk. Man of the match, you asked about Lee Hodges. Yeah, I can understand maybe why, but for me, I would have given it to Stuart Yeton. He's got the first goal, played well up front, looked sharp, and in the second half, he's absolutely led by example. I thought he's been superb.
Morgan down this right flank. This time he gets past Cook, but not Williams. Montgomery on the ball. And comes off the same player for Truro City.
So, I mean, you know, we've been here 2 weeks now, Dave, and it's all this doom and gloom. We've had the leaders come here, and we took a point off them. The second place come here, and we've beaten them comprehensively. What crisis? Is there a crisis?
Well, on that one you probably know more than I do, Steve. But you can probably do something more about it than I can. That's for sure. But the big question now will be, of course, whether we're here in 2 weeks' time or not. I guess as City have got another big day coming up on Monday in the High Court with the HMRC and the various other petitions against them, and of course we've got this administration that they want to file for. So once the game is over, it's going to be back to the doom and gloom of off the pitch. As Watkins, can he brighten the afternoon up for us completely by getting a third goal, but not able to get past number 16, Nakarang. But Kelly stops Montgomery going forward. No, he's got Watkins on the right. Almost had so many options he didn't want to do on that occasion. Morgan inside to Ches Isaac. To the number 3, Mark Jones. Isaac back to Jones. I think we could be seeing just a little bit of the clock being run down.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And you see just how Boreham players know it as well. They're totally deflated, and they're just waiting. I think that actually it might as well just, the referee just put everybody out of the agony, particularly Boreham would, and just blow his whistle now, yeah, as he's done all during the game, actually.
Sandercombe picks it up and then enables him to throw it out to Green. It's almost a deadly hush around the stadium here, isn't it?
There is. It's just it's just waiting for the inevitable. Just to, blow the whistle and it's all over. The game's finished really now.
Joe Broad down that right wing, back to Green. And there we have it, Steve. So Truro City 2-0 winners, and worthy, I think, but lots of other things that'll be read about in the paper tomorrow.
Great result. I mean, just shows what togetherness there is here on the pitch. It's a pity about everything that's gone on off the pitch, to be honest, which will overshadow anything that's happened today. We've had a brilliant start to the season, and yet it's going to be taken away, looks like, so unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we only know what we read in the press, etc., about the situation. But Stuart Yeton, you've come in alongside Joe. What's going to happen from now on, do you reckon?
We're really unsure. As far as we're aware, apparently the club goes into administration, and if investors want to come in and get involved, If they can prove that they've got the finances, I think that means, you know, they can maybe take over the club. Hopefully there's somebody out there, whether it's a group of people or if it's another individual. But this is a fantastic club and it needs to be saved. Cornwall can't not just let this club fall apart, so it'd be heartbreaking if that happens.
Okay, and the goal today?
Yeah, lovely to get a goal. Obviously, it's just a tough day to be honest. So yeah, really nice. Yeah.
And Joe, you're back. Dare I say it? You're finding your form this season again.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's nice to stay injury free, to be honest. Pre-season has been disrupted, but I've stayed fit, which is a big change for me. So, and when you stay fit, you obviously find a bit of form. So, I felt like I started really well, but I mean, none of it really. At the moment, there's an overriding feeling of sadness, really, to be honest. About, you know, some of us have been here 6-7 years, and you know, a bit obviously sceptical where it's going to go and, you know, what's going to happen. So.
Yeah, you're sounding really down. Is this really the end, do you think? I mean, we've been very close to it on a number of occasions.
I think this is probably the closest it can be. So yeah, it's really bad now. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully there's someone out there, another saviour. Hopefully something gets sorted. That's all we can say. So.
Final word for the fans?
Unbelievable. That's the only way we can use. Really been fantastic all the way through to all of us. And if that is the last game, then we're going to thank them because it's their club. It's not anybody else's. It's a community's club. That's what a football club is. Something for the community to get together, support, and just hope that continues.
It was a nasty tackle from their lad, Cody. And then, you know, I shouldn't be running that far to get involved, especially when I've already been booked, however silly that first booking was. So, you know, I can't really have any arguments. You know, I think the heat of the day and everything that's gone on this week will probably let myself down a little bit there. But you know, the fella raised his arm and caught me in the chops, and you know, it was just silly all round. I think the referee probably, other than I disagree with my first book, and I think in that instance, I think the ref probably got it all right.
And you mentioned it already, that the pressure off the pitch this week. I mean, it's no stranger to the club and to the management and to the personnel here. It's been going on for so long now that, to be frank, we're all fed up with it. Where do we go from here?
Well, it's just Monday. I think Monday's you know, a really important day for the future of the club. You know, we've been assured by the club that it's definitely gone into administration. There was a bit of confusion over that yesterday. You know, the club have apologised for their statement yesterday, which was worded really insensitively. You know, as a group of players, we said to them that the only way the club could go forward was for it to go into administration. You know, just out of caring for the club, not out of any other ulterior motive. That was the only way that the club could carry on. You know, it was reported as if, you know, we said we wouldn't play today if that didn't happen, which is, you know, certainly not the case. So yeah, we'll see what happens Monday. You know, if the club gets wound up on Monday, then, you know, obviously that's the end. You know, the end of Truro City Football Club. You know, have to start under a different guise. And then if the club goes into administration, then it's still going to be a really difficult period, because you've still got, you know, a process which can take months and months to resolve itself. You know, and then you're asking players to, you know, go far beyond the call of duty and stick about, you know, with no prospect of ever necessarily getting paid. So, you know, it's going to be, whichever way that goes on Monday, it's going to be difficult regardless. But you know, you got boys in there, you know, boys, grown men in there, you know, really upset after that game today, because they care about their club. So fingers crossed Monday will go the way everyone wants it to go, and there will be a future for the club. But it's going to be really difficult. There's no escaping that.
Certainly. Yet see Joe Broadby interviewed them, that the way they got the applause coming off the pitch, it was like an end of season promotion. It was amazing. Yeah,
I think the supporters have always been brilliant. I think they appreciate the situation that the players, you know, put themselves in, and you know, that they've gone beyond the call of duty, and they're working far beyond ways that they should be expected to be. So I think that was you know, really touching to see that from the fans. You know, I think it meant a lot to the boys. I think that's why they were upset when they got in there. So hopefully that wasn't you know, a farewell and a goodbye, but if it was lovely.
And if it goes the way of administration, it buys the clubs a little bit of time to work out perhaps a new owner of the football club. But as a group of players, have you sort of said to yourselves, look, we're only going to stick around for a few weeks or a few months? Have you actually got that far yet?
No, we've got no specific resolution. I think, you know, a few of the boys now are in situations, you know, in their life where they can't afford to carry on just with a sort of empty promise or a vague promise of nothing really. So we haven't decided anything as a group. It's up to each individual what they want to do. But I think once Monday happens, at least when we sit down, or if the club or whoever sits down with the administrator, we know how much debt there is. We know whether it's viable for someone else to come in and buy the club or take over the club. Because there's no guarantee that could happen. The administrator could get to the bottom of the land and everything, and it might prove that no one would come in. It would be a bad business decision for someone to come in. Hopefully that's not the case. But until Monday happens, we don't really know. It's like a lot of the recent times, it's just all kind of shrouded in a little bit of mystery, really. So we're as much in the dark as everyone else.
And final word on the club itself. For me, it's very sad to see it like this. And what will you do if things go pear-shaped on Monday?
I'll have your job, Dave. I'll just travel around and do some commentaries.
And collect my fees.
Oh, you need them, yeah. No, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I mean, it's I think it's just personally it's slightly more difficult for me. I obviously live in Truro, so to travel to play at this level, it's going to be a mission. So what I do is see what happens on Monday, and then judge it for the foreseeable future. Obviously, like a lot of the boys in there, we want to stay at the club. 7-8 years now, so I don't have any desire to play anywhere else. But ultimately, that might be taken out of our hands. So, we'll just see what happens on Monday.
And of course, small matter of a game on Tuesday.
Yeah, obviously we've got to get there on Tuesday, and supporters, lovely Jess had a phone call from the supporters yesterday, said they would happily pay for the bus, but we were told by the club today that today's takings would be used to travel to the game on Tuesday, so fingers crossed that'll happen, and that can be used to get to Tuesday's game if we're not wound up on Monday. And then we'll go again. We've played 5 games now. We've been the better team in all 5 games. So, there's a nucleus of a side there that can compete at this level with a few additions. We're a top 8, top 6, top 8 team. So, if it works out Monday and things are positive, then it's really exciting. Not exciting, but it's there's a glimmer of hope. But really, I think we have to be realistic and say that's all it is at the moment.
Okay, Jack Ash, skipper at Truro City, thanks very much, and let's hope we're talking again in 2 weeks' time.
Right, yeah, thanks, Dave.